Welcome, welcome everybody. My singing bowl. Okay. So before we lay back on our mats, I want to share with you a breath practice called the Loma breath. And so it's a 3-part breath. And so I'll sit in easy pose, but you can just watch or whatever. And so it's a 3-part breath, and it's meant to kind of help you reduce stress and relax. And breath awareness is something that I want everybody to gradually, be comfortable with. So on the mat and off the mat, so that, the more I talk about breath, the more aware you'll be, and that's a good thing. Okay, so 3-part breath, the Loma breath. So what we'll do, and you're going to be laying on your mat when you do this, but what we'll do is we'll inhale, and then we'll exhale. And I'm going to exhale all the air out. And I'm kind of squeezing my abs, squeezing all the air out of my lungs and my abs. And then I'm going to inhale about 1/3 of my capacity into my belly. So I'm going to put my hand on my belly so you can see. So I'm going to go, that's 1/3, and then we'll hold it. Then I'm going to inhale into my chest, 1/3 more, and hold it. And then I'm going to inhale to my collarbones or higher and hold it. And then I'm going to exhale. I'm going to try to exhale from my chest and then down to my belly. But that's not, a big deal if you feel like it doesn't flow that way. So I'll just show you again. So I'm going to inhale, and then I'm going to exhale all my air out to begin. So I'm exhaling, squeezing all the air out, the stale air. And now I'm going to inhale about 1/3 of my capacity into my belly. And then I'm going to hold it. And then 1/3 into my chest and hold it. And then 1/3 more all the way up to my collarbones or higher and hold it. And then I'm going to exhale, starting at the top and working my way down. So we'll just practice that. So we're going to lay back in Shavasana. So everybody make your way back to your mat and begin to just settle in and let go of what came before this moment and what will come after this moment. Perhaps even leaving any cares or concerns you may have in an imaginary basket outside your door. And just begin to bring your attention to your breath without changing it. First of all, we'll just follow the breath. Just notice as it moves through your nasal passages, you might feel cool air. And then as it moves to the back of your throat and down to your chest, perhaps down into your belly, it may feel warm on the exhale. Your body has warmed your breath. And so just take a few breaths, observing the breath without changing it. See if you can follow the breath all the way in and all the way out, even noticing the exact point where it changes from an inhale to an exhale. And before we begin our Loma breath, I just want to let you know the theme for today. So it will be grounding and lifting. So as we move through the practice today, I'll kind of remind you to ground, notice the floor, notice the earth under your feet or under your sit bones, and then lift through the heart center. And whenever we're extending our arms, like lift, our fingertips up towards the sky. And so grounding and lifting, kind of a yin-yang thing. Okay, so for the Loma breath. So to begin, we'll take a nice big inhale in through our noses and then out through our mouths and really Squeeze all the air out. Place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart center. Now inhale a third of your capacity into your belly. And hold it, hold it, hold it. Inhale a third more into your chest. Holding, holding, holding. Inhale into the collarbones, up to the collarbones or higher. Holding, holding, holding. Now exhale. Exhale all the air out, squeezing all the stale air out. And now inhale a third of your capacity into your belly. Holding, holding, holding. A third more into your chest. Holding, holding, holding. And then the rest of the air up to your collarbones or higher. So the third more. Holding, holding, holding. Now exhale the last time. That will do the Brahma. Squeezing all the stale air out. Now inhaling a third into the belly. Holding, holding, holding. A third more into the chest. Holding, holding, holding. The rest of the air into the collarbones or higher. Holding, holding, holding. Now exhaling. And now just coming to the gentle rhythm of your regular breath. Just allow your breath to return to normal without judgment, without trying to change it at this point. But check in with yourself periodically during the day and notice where your breath is. You know, our bodies know how to breathe. We don't have to do anything, but sometimes we're breathing very shallowly into just the chest. And so we want to have breath awareness, you know, nice fresh oxygen. You know, go outside today and get some nice fresh air. Okay, so just follow your rhythm of your regular breath. And we'll just come into a full body stretch. So just float your arms up over your head and stretch out through your fingertips. Maybe wiggle the shoulders up towards the ears. Stretch out through the toes. Take a nice big deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. So I have my door open and I'm getting some nice fresh air. And I also have my chimes that my friend Mary gave me. So I hear those too. And just breathe here for a moment or two. And then bend the legs, placing the feet on the soles of the feet on the mat, and float the arms down. And we're just going to do a little ab warm up. And so we'll bring our knees and our arms up towards the sky, and we're just going to pedal as if we're pedaling a bike. So use your breath. Bring your belly button in. Kind of zip it up, bring it in and up. And then bring your feet to the mat. Lift your hips up and bring your hands under your sacrum. And we'll just practice that scissors. So be conscious of the abs. So I'll bring the feet towards the sky, so the soles of the feet towards the sky. And we're just going to scissor from side to side, so opening our legs wide and then crossing. Opening wide and crossing. Use your breath. Inhale together, exhale. And point the toes. And now we'll go up and down. Inhale up, exhale down. You can stop at any time, but we're just warming up the core. The next time you bring the feet up towards the sky, just bring them to stillness and then come down slowly. Use the strength of your abs. And once your feet meet the ground, you can take your hands out and just float your arms up over your head. Bend at the knees. Bring your feet as wide as your mat and just windshield wiper your knees gently to the left. You inhale them up. To the right, inhale them up. And just release that lower back a little bit and begin kind of lubricating the hips a little. Now float your arms down. Bring your knees into the air, placing your hands on your knees, on your kneecaps, and we're just going to make some big circles with our knees, but we're spreading our knees wide and then bringing them back to center to meet. Nice and loose. Use your breath. Notice whether you're holding your breath. And then reverse your direction at some point. And then we'll place our feet on the mat. And we'll send the right leg out straight. And we'll bring the left knee in towards our chest. And we'll use our breath. And just bring the knee in closer on the exhales. Press into the back of the right leg. Check in with your jaw, your facial muscles, your shoulders. Make sure that you're relaxed and not bringing any undue tension to those areas. Nice and relaxed. Bring the knee out wide towards the shoulder. On the exhale, just you can also clasp behind the knee, which is probably better on your knees. And just use your breath. And knee back to center. We're going to take the right hand on top of that left knee and draw the left knee across the body. We're twisting the lower part of the body and trying to keep our shoulders on the mat. Again, check in with the shoulders and notice if they're resting comfortably on the mat or if you have tension. So if you have tension, bring your breath to your shoulders and allow your shoulders to release. Now return that knee back to center. Place the sole of the foot on the mat. And then bring the right knee in. Send the left leg out. So we'll clasp behind that right thigh. And just use your breath to bring the thigh closer. On each exhale, just bring the knee a little bit more. Just opening up the hips. Now bring that knee out wide. press into the back of the left leg. And listen to my chimes. Now take the left hand and bring it to the right knee. Hold on to the right knee and draw the right knee across the body, keeping the shoulders resting on the mat, just twisting the lower part of the body. Feel the ground beneath you. Remember, our theme for today is grounding and lifting. So notice the ground, that it is supporting you. Notice where your body contacts the ground, the back of the head, your back body, back of your leg. You turn your right knee back to center and your legs out straight. Float your arms up overhead and stretch out through your fingertips and your toes again. Walking your shoulders up towards your ears. And then we're going to come up to seated. So you can either roll to your side or float your hands down and bend your legs and rock up. Usually we rock into boat, a kind of stopping boat. Find your balance. The shoulders relaxed. And then we'll come to Sukhasana, or easy pose. And we're just going to come into a twist once we get seated. And I'm going to sit on the edge of my blanket just to allow my knees to kind of drop forward a little bit so I'm a little more stabilized. Okay, so we're going to sit with a tall, straight spine and inhale the arms up as we gaze up. And then we're going to twist to the right as we bring our hands down, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale the arms up to center. Exhale, twist to the left as we bring our hands down. Inhale and lift the chest and lift the fingertips towards the sky. Twist towards the right as we bring the hands down. Last time, inhale the arms up, lifting the heart center, and then twisting to the left. And then inhale to center, really lift the heart, lift the fingertips, turn the hands so that the palms are facing away, and just float the hands down. Okay, we're going to come into some big arm circles now, so really good for our shoulder joints, but we'll do it slowly and mindfully. So we're just going to do like a backwards swim. So backstroke, all the way, make a hula hoop size circle. Switch arms, hula hoop size circle. Really feel the shoulder muscles, the shoulder joint. Notice if there's any tightness or any sticking points, and just be aware. Shoulders sometimes take a long time to kind of work out any areas of tightness. So just stay with it. Just keep that movement going throughout your day. Don't say, oh, my shoulder is tight, I can't move it. You want to keep moving. So now we'll come forward this time. So make big circles forward. And you can really notice the shoulder joint. You can feel it's starting to warm up a little bit. And there we go. All right, maybe we can just shrug our shoulders up, back, and around. That range of motion, and then we'll reverse direction. And we're going to come into just the arms part of this posture. It's called cow face pose, but we won't use the legs this time because it's a little more intense, and this is intense in itself. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so usually, like when you're in a yoga studio or whatever, you would have a strap. And so maybe next time, if you even have like a tie, like or a towel or a strap, but we can still do it without. So what we'll do is we're going to inhale our left arm up towards the sky. We're going to send our right arm in front of us with the palm facing away from us. And we're going to sweep the right arm around to the back. And we want to send the hand upwards. And then the back hand, we're going to drop down, and then I'll come this way. So, okay. So we're trying to kind of walk our fingertips towards each other. And so don't worry if your fingertips don't meet. We're just getting a stretch. So that top elbow, that left elbow is kind of up towards the sky, and the back fingertips, you try to walk the fingertips towards each other. So just the best that you can. And then maybe another time I'll show you the legs. It's quite a pretzel predicament. Okay, and then release and kind of shake that out. A little intense, but good for us. Okay, now we'll send the right arm up towards the sky. We'll send the left hand out in front of us, and we'll just sweep that left hand around, and then send the hand up towards the collar. And then the top hand will drop down behind us, so we're trying to reach our fingertips together. So just only do what your body allows, of course. But you know, you're walking your fingertips down towards the other fingertips, and you're walking the other fingertips up. And you'll notice that one side is a little tighter than the other. Usually on most people, one side. Try to take a nice deep breath. And then release. Very good. And so we'll take some head and shoulder rolls now, just to roll out any of that tension that we unintentionally created. So drop your chin to your chest and just slowly roll the head around. And don't go too far back with the head. You don't really want to bend the head back that much. You do want range of motion, but you know, mindful of when you are tilting your head back. And just give any area that needs extra attention, that extra attention by kind of maybe toggling back and forth in that area. And then reverse your direction at some point. And then you can roll your shoulders around a little bit, do whatever you need to kind of get any little kinks out. And then we're going to make our way to table gracefully. And I also should mention too that you can put a blanket under your knees when you're in table if you have any, you know, issues with your knees. If you need that extra cushion, it's a good thing. So we'll find ourselves in table with our wrists underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hip points. And we'll come into a cat-cow. So feel the ground under you. And then inhale as you lift the heart forward, gazing forward. And then exhale as you lift the belly button towards the spine, push away from your mat. Inhale, lift the heart forward, the crown of the head towards the sky. And then exhale, round back, lift the shoulders, the back body towards the sky. One more time, inhale, as you gaze forward, lifting the heart center, and then exhale, rounding the back. And then bring yourself to a neutral table. And we're going to come to a cat a balance flow. So what we'll do is we'll send the right leg out, and then we'll send the left hand forward. And then we'll bring those back to the earth, back to the ground, and we'll send the left leg and the right hand back to the earth, back to the ground, and then opposite legs again and arms. So we'll just continue with that a little bit. And so when we're lifting up the leg and the arm, we're not using the momentum of the body, like we're not swinging it up like this, we're lifting it mindfully. And one more time. It's a little bit of a balance. Okay, return yourself back to table, and we're going to curl our toes under and send our hips up towards the sky for down dog. And you can walk the dog by bending, alternating your knees. And you can stay right here in down dog, just this restful pose, just pushing back the backs of your thighs and the backs of your calves towards the back of the mat, and pressing into all 10 fingers, the backs of your knuckles, really spreading the fingers wide. You can just stay like this, which is, you know, a great place to be. If you want to try to do three-legged dog, send the right leg up towards the sky, and then we're going to open up the hips by bending that right leg and stacking the hips on top of each other. And then we'll return back to center, and we'll take it to the left side. You know, no need to do this if you want to just stand down dog. Send the left leg up towards the sky, open up the hips, stacking the hips on top of each other. Keep breathing. Return back to center, back to down dog. Bring your knees to the mat. We're going to sit back on our heels, stretch our fingertips, even walking our fingertips away from us as we rest our foreheads down on the mat. An extended child. And if your forehead doesn't come all the way, you can even stack the arms, the forearms, and place your forehead down on the mat. So just watch your breath. Watch your breath. Feel the ground underneath you. Let your breath return to normal if you did that three-legged posture. Come back up to our knees when you're ready, as you're ready. Take your time. Now we're going to come to standing, so you can just walk your hands towards your knees, push up onto your toes, and if you would like, you can come into Malasana. But if you would not like to do that, just come up to Tadasana, up to standing, okay? So this is Malasana. If you're in this posture, you're pressing your elbows into your knees. Your feet are, kind of diagonally, your toes are pointing away from you. You're, sitting up tall. You're not like hunched over, you're sitting up tall. And then you're going to use the strength of your legs to bring yourself up to standing. Come into Tadasana. So, Tadasana, I'll just remind you, your feet are parallel. They're hip width apart. Remember I showed you put your fists together, and that's how wide you want your feet. You can rock back and forth to find the ground, find the left side of the foot, like the baby toe, the big toe, each side of the heel. Once you find that on both feet, you're really feeling grounded, feeling the ground. Lift up through your instep, lift up through your kneecaps and your thighs. Strong like a mountain. Bring the belly button in and up shoulders up, back, and down. Palms facing towards the front of the room. Chin parallel to the floor. And then lifting through the heart center, lifting and lifting through the crown. So you should feel nice and strong, like if somebody came by and tapped you, you're not going to go anywhere. A nice balanced resting pose. Okay, we'll inhale the arms up now, arms nice and straight. We're going to rotate the torso forward a little bit as we sit back for chair. So chair pose. Okay, and so you want the weight of your body to be on your heels. And I'll just turn back to the front. Okay, and then we're going to bring our hands to heart center and bring our foot into tree pose. And so you can have your foot down at your ankle, or just don't put it, press on your knee. And then we're going to bring our foot back to the mat and come to mountain again. Inhale, extended mountain. Inhale your arms up towards the sky. We're going to rotate the torso forward, bend the knees as we come into chair. Tuck the tailbone. Bring the hands to the heart center. Same leg, come up to tree. Float the hands down. Inhale the arms up. Rotate the torso forward a little bit for chair. Sink down into the heels. Tuck the tailbone, so chair pose. Bring the hands to heart center, and we'll do the other side for tree. Like I said, your foot can be down near your ankle. And I'm not pressing on my knee. I just can't get my foot up high enough. Bring your foot down to the mat. Bring your arms down. Inhale your arms up again, extending, lifting. Rotate the torso forward. Bend the knees. Weight of the body in the heels. Tuck the tailbone for chair. Bring the hands to the heart center. Come up to standing. Bring the leg, right foot up for tree. And then return the foot to the mat. Bring the hands down. Return to Tadasana. Okay, we'll just do one Trikonasana on each side, so that's triangle pose. So we're going to step our feet apart. We're going to send our left toes towards the short end of the mat. Back foot is parallel to the mat. We'll inhale our arms up. We're going to reach forward with that front arm. When it's as far as you can reach, you're going to rotate it down wherever it lands, on your calf or on your ankle, and then rotate the top hand up and either look forward, or if you can gaze up at your thumb and make sure that you're breathing. Feel the ground beneath your feet. And we'll rotate up. We'll turn our feet so that the right foot is facing, toes are facing the short end of the mat. Back foot is parallel. Inhale your arms up so they're parallel to the earth. This time we'll reach with the right hand. Reach as far as you can go. And then rotate that hand down, top hand up, gaze up at the thumb. Press into the earth, feel grounded. Rotate up. Bring your hands down by your side. Heel toe your feet together. And then we're going to swan dive to the earth. So we're going to inhale our arms up, turn our palms out away from each other. As we swan dive forward, we'll press our hands onto our calves, come up to a flat back on the inhale, and then we're going to exhale down. Place our hands on either side of our feet, come down to our mat, and we're going to come to our backs now. Okay, so we'll bend our knees. We'll walk our knees in close to our bottoms, as close as we can, so that our heels kind of graze our fingertips. So we're going to come into bridge. So we'll lift our hips up on the inhale, up towards the sky, lifting the heart center, lifting the hips, pressing into the feet, the soles of the feet, pressing into the back of the shoulders, really pressing into the feet so you get some nice lift. And then we'll slowly exhale down, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming down. And we'll do that again. So we're going to press into our feet and into the back of our shoulders, back of our arms, and lift the hips up, lift the heart center up. Feel the ground beneath our feet, beneath our back of our head, back of our shoulders. Really press into the feet to get lift in the hips, lift in the heart center. And then release down, vertebrae by vertebrae. And for our final pose before Shavasana, we'll come into Happy Baby. If you'd like, if you prefer to just move into Shavasana, you can certainly do that. So Happy Baby, we'll bring our feet into the air, and we're going to clasp the edges of our feet, bring our knees out wide and our knees towards our shoulder, like our armpits towards our shoulders. So this is Happy Baby. And you can rock back and forth a little bit. And just notice your breath. Notice if it is flowing freely. And then you can bring your soles of your feet to the mat, send your legs out long, spread the feet, foot or two apart, toes pointing to the edges of the mat, palms facing up, arms away from the body, and then upside down V, shoulders sinking into the mat, grounded, your back body, feel the back of your head, whole spine, back of your legs. Close your eyes and just watch your breath. Just following your breath right now, listening to the sound of my chimes outside, my wind chimes, if you can hear them. Just follow your breath all the way in and all the way out. Feel the rise and fall of the chest and belly. No need for you to do anything because your body knows how to breathe. But we do want to have breath awareness. We want to notice if we're holding our breath, because sometimes we do that. So just being aware. But right now, just following the breath, just noticing the breath. I'm going to ring my bowl now. And as you're just resting in Shavasana now, if you'd like, you may bring your hands to Anjali Mudra, which is prayer pose. Bring the thumbs to the heart center. May you feel grounded with peace and calm as you move through the rest of your day. Namaste.